Your hair is cute.
Thank you. My mom cut it today. I asked
Come
her to
on,
do it.
Mom.
No, she showed me like, bitch, the reason why you can do your hair because you're not using the freaking hair dryer with the
Oh, the
cone on it.
diffuser?
Yeah, it's like, that's why is it for. Like, you just, and it works. And you see, your hair is curly. You
And you
retarded.
see? Ta-da!
Ta-da.
You little nitwit.
You grew up in the fucking hairdresser salon and you don't know how to use this?
Gosh, who am I raised? Okay.
Okay, let's be serious.
Very serious. And a 5, 6, 7.
But you know what's the problem?
What?
Sirius is dead.
I killed Sirius.
I killed
You're gonna get me.
Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Las Vegas Pride podcast. If you don't know me, I'm Megan Sanchez, the program director of Las Vegas Pride. And I've got Meliton, our Mr. Las Vegas Pride, in the hot seat today to answer some questions. And we're just going to chat and talk about some things and pride and life. And yeah, it's just going to be chill. Right, Mel?
It's me in the another side of the questionnaire this time. That's
Yeah, all cameras point to you.
I know it's a lot. I feel violated for a second.
Feel violated.
Oh no.
Wait, cut.
Please don't look at me. Please don't. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, this is going to be an interesting version of the podcast because now you can know about me.
Yeah.
If you really
Ta-da!
wanted. This is what you get today.
So
Enjoy.
enjoy. So I've known Mel a little over a year now. So I started working for Pride about 2 years ago. I had volunteered, if you don't know about me, I had volunteered for Pride for about 10 years, and then they brought me on full-time about 2 years ago. And then about a year ago, fast forward, I met Mel, and who's coming to all the events and being super supportive, really just picking up stuff and helping out and engaging with people in the community and just getting to know everybody. You have your moments.
I talk a lot. Can you tell? Yeah. I have some issues with cannot shut the fuck up for a second, but
No, but we love you. I love having you around. You're always a great presence to have at the events and, in our meetings and moving Pride forward and, even bringing the podcast idea up to all of us. And we were like, oh, duh. Yes, we should do that.
Let's do this.
Obviously. So if the viewers don't know, do you want to share with them why you wanted to bring the podcast to
Yes,
Las
of course.
Vegas?
Let's start with the podcast. So 2 years ago, I went to Pride events the last 5-6 years actually, but because I was busy, I was a chef for 10 years, and owning a restaurant means that you don't have a life. It means that you are married to your work. So I was not able to attend all the events, what I really wanted to. And once I quit and went back to school, I decided that that's one of the projects I always wanted to do is to go to the Pride events and help the community because the LGBTQIA plus community is very close to my heart as a gay man in my home country. But this is my home country. I'm an American citizen, but I born and raised in Hungary, and Hungary do not have this type of support for LGBTQIA people. They really do not have rights, and the government are constantly trying to pass some new laws and regulations against us. It's not a nice, welcoming environment for people like us. And when I saw the community, I was like, I want to join and try to help much as I can because I know how does it feel when you cannot be who you truly are. So I started going to the events, and when I was finally able to attend to all the events, I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's give back to the community much as I can. And I was super grateful and lucky and honored when you guys, Pride Organization, asked me if I would like to be Mr. Las Vegas Pride for 26, 27.
Well, not to butter you up too much, but I mean, we were between Brady and I, there were definitely a couple times, like, especially when like we were helping out, especially like at the first before you became Mr. Las Vegas Pride, and I was like, we were like, Meliton's a serve. We were like, thank goodness for Meliton, coming around and like you showing up to every single event. And Brady's a volunteer too, and has been for like 17 or 18 years as well. But Meliton, you just jumped like all in, both feet in. You were like, let's see where this goes. And you were just like, let's go for it. And I feel like from what I know about you, and kind of seeing how you handle or go after other things in your life, I feel like that's just who you are.
Yes.
So, coming to the US and moving around and starting your own restaurant. Now you're going to school and you're like, I'm going to do this. And then you go all for it.
I put 120% into that. There is no such thing as halfway job. You can only do something if you do it 100%. And it was amazing. So thank you, by the way. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was amazing to get the recognition. I wasn't looking for it, to be fair. So I felt really honored. And one thing I really wanted to change once I got the title is the fact that I do believe that if anybody get the royalty status in any of these organizations, not just Las Vegas Pride, that's just my personal opinion, any of this nonprofit organization, when you represent the community, you should do it with the most highest standards and do it with a project. That's something that is close to your heart and how you can make the community better. And one of these projects was, for me, to make people feel more seen and heard in the community, because I felt that one of that main thing that was missing from Pride is the outreach. We had the same people coming to our events. People knew about us, but they never really knew the whole story. I heard the rumors here, this one talking, all of the gossiping was usually in the gay community. And this is how I came with the idea of podcast, because I was thinking how to spread the message straight from the source. So it's not like I heard it from this person or heard it from this person that Pride doing this and that and that. No, let's hear from us so you guys can know the information. You guys should know what the community is facing, what the challenges we are working on, and see everybody else's opinion about this. And I wanted the people to feel seen, heard, even if they are not always in the bar. Because there are the bar-going generation, and there is actually lots of people who just stays at home. There is a lots of LGBTQIA people who don't like to go to the bars. They like to go to the park. They like to go to more family-oriented events. And I wanted to make sure that those people are represented in the community. And because it's really hard to put together an event where people don't want to show up because they're not going to an event, the most easiest and most logical reason, English. But it's your second language. This happens. The most logical solution was to come up with the podcast. So we can have people come in, they can talk to us, we can have different conversations, and we can start knowing each other in this community, because we need to be strong and united, especially in this age and time and under this shit presidency.
Yeah. Right, about
just
that.
Just a little sparkle on that.
Yeah. Sound effect, cue sound effect.
Shit. Presidency.
Something like that. We'll work it in.
We're still working on the sound effects here.
Yeah. So, Right. For you, and I mean, I've heard all of the conversations thus far. I've been in the room, and it's honestly for me, it's I learn something new every single time, and I know that you've learned some things along the way too. Obviously, there's some people that you've
Yes.
spoken to that you didn't really know before. So honestly, it feels like a privilege to be here and to have this being put on and to be part of it. Speaking for myself, but where am I going with this? Here we go. Squirrel.
It's okay. This is the first time she's experiencing what I'm experiencing on the other side sometimes, the conversations.
I'm like,
You're doing good, Sanchez. We love
where
you.
are we going? This is just how I talk. They're like, what is that girl doing?
Yeah, sometimes we're going in circles before we get to the point.
We don't ask me to tell a story. So for you, I feel like you have brought this up slightly before on previous ones, but I do think it's important to highlight a bit about your journey and the why you were so passionate about moving here to the U.S. and the experience that you anticipated and what has kind of let you down and why you are now part of Pride and what you're working towards. I think those are all little pieces of questions. So good luck. But also because I just as a aside to all of that, all of those questions, I thought it was insane that last year in Hungary, they banned Pride.
Yes.
And despite all of that craziness and saying you ban Pride, which is ridiculous, obviously, but tens of thousands of people showed up in the streets
Yes.
anyways to say that, no, we're still here. And are you going to take us all to jail or to prison? We're fine with that. And, you know, the police or whatever you call them over there, I don't know the term. But
Policies works.
police, okay. Like whatever you call them over there,
We
just
have
stood
electricity too. Gas and water. Firefighters. Yeah.
I don't think of you like coming over and you lived in a little hut or something. Jeez Louise. You're like, oh, these Americans. No, but yeah, the police stood on the sidelines and were just like, oh, yep, people are doing that.
Yes.
And just, you know, let it happen. So good for them.
Yes.
I think that's really cool.
So, to answer your question,
Yeah.
but it was a really complicated and complex question to put it in one.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sanchez. So, picture it. 1970, Italy. No.
Oh my gosh.
If you get this joke from the Golden Girls, you officially old, darling.
Now you're a golden girl.
Now you're a Golden Girl. No, to take it seriously, I had a rough childhood, not because of my family. My family was always been supportive, but to some background information about Hungary. Hungary is a really conservative Christian country. And when this new current, after still current government, who got into power 16 years ago, was a really far-right, super Christian government, and they changed everything. Because Hungary, under my mom generation, was getting more open-minded about the LGBTQIA people and the rights, especially joining the European Union. But when this new government, let's not call it presidency, came into power, everything changed. And it went really down to the Christian right and family right advocates argument. And everything changed. LGBTQIA people disappeared from the media, got painted the worst and the worst of our community. And people started believing everything what the media said. So being openly gay was really not an option for me, for sure. So when I experienced my first kiss for a gay guy, even when I was 17, actually, I was shocked to figure out that I was gay, because I probably knew it beforehand, but I never wanted to internalize it and just say like, yes, I am gay. I was more of a, well, maybe I just didn't like that girl, or I didn't like that another girl. So it was just struggle for a long period of time to figuring out my sexuality. But of course, the first magical kiss happened when I was 17, and I did figure I was like, yeah, I'm probably gay. That was the sign there. And I was lucky enough that I had family members who lived in the United States. So I was studying to be a chef back in those days. And my family member who
Wait,
lived here.
hold up.
Yes.
You were studying to be a chef when what? You were like 17 or 18?
Yes. So the school system is different in Europe, especially in Hungary.
Obviously.
So when you go to high school, it's a specialized high school. You're not going to just high school.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to high school, it's called kind of like a vocational schools here. So every high school, it's vocational. So they give you a job. So when you are out, when you finish, you can from
actually
high school,
do
you can go to
something
work.
with your high schoul information?
Yes.
Wow.
So I went to culinary high school. So the culinary high school started when I was 14. I started cooking when I was 14.
That's very
4
cool.
years, and 2 years I was working next to school because the school require you. So it's 1 week school, 1 week practice place.
You still have to make me your potato whatever thing that you
Yes,
talk
the
about.
potatoes.
But sorry,
So
we'll go on to that in a second.
So for everybody to know, Sanchez have some Irish blood inside her, so she needs potatoes
Yes.
everywhere. And now you can put when you cut it together, you can put the potato, 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 potato. Hey.
If we're out in an event, we the Pride group always has some potatoes, so I ain't mad about it.
We always have some amazing potatoes, and I need to make her one. I find the recipe; it's amazing. So I moved here when I was 19 years old to the United States with zero English knowledge, with a backpack, a little bit of clothing, and that was all. And I figured it out that I want to stay here because in my head, America was always freedom. Freedom of who you want to be, freedom of what you believe in, freedom of love for a gay person. I remember watching the Supreme Court decision on marriage equality back in Hungary,
Wow.
and people were celebrating in the news, and you see the news and you're like, oh my God, there are countries who are accepting this. Like, they're not just accepting, they're celebrating it.
That was a different time in our country, for sure.
To put it that way, that was the time when Obama was the president.
If you don't know your history.
If you don't know history, it was Obama he was the president. We had a really good Supreme Court. We had a really good presidency. And all of you fuckers who voted for Trump fucked it up in 2016. And now we are in 2026 and still living under this awful fucking presidency. And I can say it because I'm a US citizen, so I can do whatever I want. I have a First Amendment protection.
Yeah.
Okay, that's went political for a second. So, yeah, that was one of the main reasons I wanted to come to this country, to experience the freedom. Experience opportunities that if you work, you can be who you want to be. And I know there's a lots of people who say in America right now that the American dream is dead. That's not existing anymore. I'm going to be a little bit controversial. It's not true. We have upsides and downsides in political situations in this country, but the American dream is not dead. The American dream is still alive, long as we fight for it. People like us, like Pride, like people who believe that this country can be better, we have a right voice to go out and change the system for the better for us. And just the fact that we can do that, that's the American dream, that we can raise our voice, that we can go out and fight, and then we can make differences if we really believe it. That's the American dream, and that was always been the American dream for me, that if you believe in something and you work hard and you find your people, your group, your family, and you put your brains together, you can make big differences and you can make big changes. And I think Pride, it's one of that. That's the family I find here, the cause.
And 100%. And even though like we're a 501c3 and part of that means like we can't specifically lobby for, laws. What I think starts before it even gets to that point in our country is mobilizing our, what the people want and hearing stories and making sure that gets to the right people that are kind of leading our cities, states, country, so that they're aware of how the people feel and where we're at, where our headspace is at, and also just as a community, as neighbor to neighbor, understanding each other a little bit better, which is, I think, part of what's so powerful about a podcast and about how this amplifies what we were doing in our magazine in such a different way, or a more impactful way. Because there's so many nuances. It's like the difference between texting somebody and talking on the phone.
Talking on the phone is so much better.
Yeah.
Put a thumbs up if you agree with me. Fuck text message. Call someone. I don't think the new generation agree with me. They always talking on messages.
Yeah,
and every time I
know.
try to call someone, they're like, just shoot me a message. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, yeah. In the comments below, tell us if you prefer texting, talking on the phone, or
voicemail.
If you hate both and you're like, I have to meet people in person.
And if you say
or if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I have to FaceTime somebody every time I call them.
Then you are annoying.
That makes me nervous. I'm like, I don't know what I look like right now.
Yeah.
Also, every time I do the video.
Yes, I just. Yes, I just.
Every time I turn the video on a microphone and it's like facing at me, which I can't think of the phrase right now, but every time it's like facing at me, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like one of those people where it like I scare myself.
Who is that person?
I'm not like, I don't hate myself. I don't think I'm like ugly or anything, but
she's beautiful, by the way, people. That's the thing. She's beautiful. She just don't like to be in front of a camera.
It terrifies me. I'm like, oh, that's like, you're too close to me right now. It's myself. I was like, whoa there.
So just, yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
Let us know in the comment section which one. What do you prefer?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I'm the call. Just call.
With the tongue.
But if you are the person who prefer emails, get lost.
Okay, that's a professional chit chat.
It's for professional conversation. When somebody's like, I shoot you an email, I'm like, why? You know my phone number. Just text me. Like, right. Just call me.
Apparently, unless you're on the Epstein list, then you have to email.
Oh, yeah. Oh. God damn. Burn.
Oh.
But after you can go out in front of a public and just say, I didn't know Epstein.
Yeah.
I never met. I can't even do the accent, and I have an accent.
Sure, Jan.
But I can even do the accent, and I have an accent. I'm like, how do you do that fucked up English accent?
I don't. Well,
I can't.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I don't know. I mean, she's not even like. I mean, she's probably one of the few first ladies that I feel like I haven't heard her voice enough, and obviously I didn't go and watch that movie or whatever, but like I really haven't heard her voice enough, and I mean all I needed to hear was like was the transcript of what she was saying the other day, but like I didn't even watch the whole video, so sorry.
Sorry. You were boring. So nobody cares about you. Just saying. Okay.
Okay, so where are we?
Okay, yeah,
we're everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
No, I can move on from the story. So, the original story.
Oh wait, there's more.
There's more. So, yeah, I'm really happy to do this as the podcast for Pride. One of the another thing, if people don't know, a little bit about me. One of the another thing what we work in here on Pride, and I'm gonna use this one as the advertisement section here. So. This is my time of advertising. So, one of another thing I work on with Megan
Yes.
for this amazing Pride family is that last year we actually started our first ever Rainbow Rave in Area 15.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, if you are a big raver, put a thumbs up and just let's party. I'm a huge electronic dance music lover. I'm European. I grew up with it. My mom was listening to it when she was pregnant with me and jumping in the bars. Like, I swear to God.
So your mom loves raves too?
Yes, my mom's love electronic music. EDM.
Yeah.
EDM. Almost everybody in my family loves EDM, but that's like the European thing.
It's cute. It's like a family thing.
Yes. I love it. Love it. And when we were talking about the festival here in town, we were thinking about what are we missing here? Because we have a really good night parade. Best in the United States. I do need to say that. I think our night parade is the best. You need to come out and check it out.
It's very cool. It feels very Vegas too. Like, as somebody who's born and raised here, it feels like that's a unique thing that we can offer
super
here.
For us.
And thank goodness, because the sun here is not forgiving.
It's killing. It's hot.
Yeah.
Way too fucking hot. So we always had the two things, the parade and the festival. But the festival was always next day. And for the people who's going to listen, now I'm going to explain to you the whole story. Why are we spitting this a little bit? Every time when you go to the parade at night, you hear a lot of people. And I'm not joking, like just a couple. It's a lot of people told us that, oh my God, when is the festival? Next day. And people were like, oh my God, I need to go to work. I wish I knew it ahead of time. I would ask a day off.
Gosh, when is Pride?
When is Pride? This is the question we always get. But it's funny because it's on the website. And we're saying it since January.
We'll share the link below for our website.
So check the website, but just listen to this and share it to people. So we decided to split it for 2 weekends. So when we have the parade on a Friday night, that's how we start the whole week of celebration. And we let if people asking when is the festival, we tell them it's next Saturday. So now you have a week to ask a day off and you don't need to work on Saturday and you can come out and enjoy it with us. That's the whole reason for it for you guys. And we got this idea. We were sitting there, I remember, at the pool parties. What we have is Sahara every year. Come check it out. So we were at the pool parties and we were thinking of, okay, we split the week. We have a Friday and we have a Saturday a week later. What are we going to do with the rest of the time? Because we need to do something. And what we are famous for here in Vegas. Party, nightclubs, EDC. It's the 30th anniversary this year. Haha, I can't wait. And we are really famous for our big nightclubs, our tourism around rave party. So we decided to let's try to do something similar and let's do a rainbow rave. But it's for us, for the community, and we can have the amazingly talented local DJs we have in this town. We have multiple. Love them so much.
100%. And they're going to be on, some of them will definitely be on the podcast.
Yeah, we're going to have them on the podcast. We're going to have them at the pool parties. And we're going to have them in this year rave again because luckily enough, last year was pretty good for doing it as a first time.
Yeah.
We learned how to make it better. So this year is going to be bigger, better, louder. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing when it's in October. So after the parade, next Saturday, the day after, you have a rave because it's at nighttime. So you can come to enjoy with us, party with us. After you can go to a pool party on Sunday and you have a whole week to get ready for the festival on the next Saturday.
Yeah.
That was the whole spiel and advertisement section of our lovely Pride podcast.
Da, da, da.
So,
hang on, I want to say something.
yes,
So,
I'm hanging on.
So yeah, for me too, like rave of adding a rave. What is so funny?
So me too. That was so good. Your voice went so up high, and I was like, me too. I'm a real woman.
I'm a real woman. This is why our conversations never get anywhere. Yeah, so what I was going to say about the raves. I mean, adding a rave to like our, Pride lineup of events that we do in October makes a lot of sense too. Because, I mean, for me, and I think for Meliton, I think for you too, is that rave culture is so inclusive. It's so welcoming.
Yes.
It's so like loving on everybody and whoever you are and however you show up, and you can wear whatever you want. And I think that's such a perfect, addition to celebrate, because Pride is a protest. It's a queer, joy protest.
Yes.
Now, because it started as a riot, but but I think that's it's a perfect little add-on, and it'll be 18 and up too. So we're super excited about that. We're really excited to get into talking about the lineup in the next couple of months, probably.
Yeah, I think next month.
Yeah.
I think by next month.
Hopefully by next month we can for sure talk about the lineup. But yeah, we want you all to get very, very, excited.
Yes, very excited. And Sanchez is right. Like, one of the really interesting thing about the rave community, that if you've never been in a rave, I would highly recommend it to just go one day. Whatever rave you can go for. Whatever is your budget, whatever is your wallet can afford, just go to one of that. Because last year I bring one of my friends a first time to ADC, and he's not a big electronic music lover. So he was like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know. I'm like, just trust me, you're gonna enjoy the vibe. It's not just about the music, it's about the community. And we were walking, and in ADC there's like 600 to 800,000 people. We're not
insane.
We're not talking about small crowd. It's almost 1 million people in one smaller area. And everybody's drinking, everybody's going around and dancing, and you accidentally hitting people. But by the way, and my friend is straight. I forgot to tell that part of the story. And he used to those straight bar mentality that you hit someone is like, oh, what are you doing? Guy, you can't look at. But all of those masculine fighting energy.
Wait, let me hear you say it.
What are you doing?
Bro.
What are you doing, bro?
Okay.
Can you move, bro?
All right, you can move on now.
Too much. So we were walking, and somebody accidentally he walked into someone accidentally, and his first reaction was, "Oh my God, so sorry!" Like, what he's usually doing at another bar or nightclub, and the person he walked into was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry," like, and they were going back and forth, and he's like, "What's wrong with people here?" Like, everybody's like, I walk into someone and he's apologizing to me. I was like, yeah, because we are not here for fight. We are here for enjoying. Everybody here for loving each other. And random people goes to you, give you the candies. It's every time when you got these little bracelets, that's called candies, by the way, a little grave culture. And when they give it to you, that's from the bottom of their heart. That's a little piece of them, what they're giving it away. So everybody's trading candies, everybody's dressed up, everybody's complimenting each other. It's a really fun time, and it's pretty much the unity what Pride is about. So what's a rave culture doing? It's a bigger version of Pride, and a bigger version of
EDC is
specifically. Yeah, EDC. It's a bigger version
EDC,
of what Pride is.
Tomorrowland, and all those.
Yeah, all of them
kind of things. Yeah.
And people are really, and that's why my experience that the LGBTQIA community are a huge rave fans. EDC usually full with our community. Tomorrowland is full of our community because everybody is welcomed. So we were like, let's do this. Let's make our ones. Like, everybody is welcomed. It's not just for LGBTQIA people, by the way. If you are straight and you are an ally and you want to come by. It's going to be fun. Nobody's going to judging you. I promise you that one.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this is also just a personal thing for me, but I always prefer when somebody just shows up 100%, all the percentages of themselves.
Yeah.
And I have so much more respect for someone, and I will also say that I know that it can take a long time for somebody to get to that point in their life. So I think there's even a point where you can tell when somebody's trying to get to that point in their life, because we've all been on a journey, straight, gay, lesbian, whatever, of finding yourself and going through adolescence and all that kind of fun stuff. But you are welcome here. Rave culture, Pride, whatever. You will find your tribe.
That's for sure. And for the little message for our straight allies, because I know we have a lot. Just, I promise you, come to our events, especially something that is bigger, for one reason. Here in America, it's more likely. As a personal experience, I can say it from my perspective that here in America, it's more prevalent than it was in Europe. So a little European knowledge for you guys, and maybe a lesson. You don't need to always be this masculine protective dude. You can be a little bit feminine. You can get rid of this toxic masculinity that running through your family and this Christian ideology is pushing it on you. You don't need to. Grab yourself a fruity drink. Wear a pink shirt.
'Cause you're worth it.
Dress up nicely. Go to, I don't know, Tommy Hilfiger and get yourself a shirt, but it's colored.
That was the choice, Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
All
was
right, that's fair. Sorry, this is your bit.
that was my bit. Okay.
Don't take that away from me.
Don't take it away from me. Just don't buy into this toxic masculinity messaging. What you get, you don't need to. Look at the same people like you in Europe. Look at straight guys in France, in Italy, in Hungary, or in London, like Britain. People are dressed up.
Sorry.
London in
When
Britain.
you said France, it made me
France.
think of the girl. I'm sorry, I really tried to hold it in. Keep going. What you're saying is lovely. It's just my brain went off to the France video.
Like the supermodel,
Yes, the
France!
I thought of it like it was like a passing thought, and I was like, "Don't hold on to it. Don't go there. He's being serious." I'm sorry. All right.
We're gonna put that video here. Like we're gonna take a picture of her and just put it there.
France!
France!
Sounded like a goose.
So yeah, be a little bit feminine. Like you don't need to always be so masculine and toxic
Yeah.
masculinity. It's not benefit you in any shape and form. Most of the straight women gonna enjoy more of a good looking, smell good, take care of straight man than a person who is like, well, I'm not gonna I don't need to take this deodorant because it's for gay people. Bitch.
How many straight people do you know?
I have a couple. Take a haircut, do something. That's just a message that come to our event because nobody's going to judge you. If you want to feel a little bit more fruity, not in sexual way, just to let go a little bit, come to our event, nobody's going to judge you. And you're going to feel good. We are here to support you too, not just us. And yeah, that was my spiel for straight people a little bit.
I just want, I mean, we could go off on talking about toxic masculinity and the whole
That's
like
a 2 hours
feelings, and
conversation.
we could get into that. However, I was just thinking about this the other day, where people bring up toxic masculinity a lot. I think it's just about being an authentic human being, and whether, because there's toxicity, with females too. And as a woman, I feel like, that happens, women on women, in a not good
I'm
way.
sure.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, I would like to close down this conversation because this is for everyone who's listening, especially the LGBTQIA community. It's my privilege and pleasure and honor to be your Mr. Las Vegas Pride and do this one for you guys. So I just would like to ask you guys a couple of things. First, never stop being who you are. Truly, believe in yourself, show up, be proud, be loud about who you are, because that's important, and that's important for you, then that's important for the world to see it. Second, stand up what you believe in. And I mean it all the way. Stand up, fight for it. If that means to go out and raise your voice, to educate people, to talk with your friends, to your parents, whatever you need to do, what you think you need to do to achieve and fight for what you believe in, do it. Don't let anybody tell you that it's wrong. Don't let anybody stop you just because you see it in the news that people are getting attacked. That should be a reason to do it more and more aggressively. And third, have fun. Laugh a little bit, smile. I know it's hard for our community right now, and we fight really hard at the organization too, and all of the organization I know here in town fight really hard to make sure that we're gonna be fine, that we are going to be fine, and we're not gonna stop. So just try to light up a little bit. We are here for you, and long as we are together and united, we can make big changes here. And doesn't matter what administration is in power, we're not gonna go anywhere.
Yes.
Because we are here, we are strong and loud, and me as Mr. Las Vegas Pride here for you, Las Vegas Pride as the organization here for you, and I hope whenever you see us in any event, come say hi, enjoy, smile, have fun, because we love you, and you should love yourself too.
Amen.
That was my
Can I get an amen?
amen message.
I love you, Mel.
Oh my God.
Thanks for sitting in the hot seat.
No, thank you. I really love you. I love the org. Love you too. Oh my God. Rainbow color.
Don't be shy. Okay.
Imagination. So I'm gonna close out the show with my regular spiel, but Sanchez lover usually every time. If you would like to follow us, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We have TikTok too. Yeah, it's a new one.
We have TikTok now, y'all.
Y'all.
Oh, full circle here. Okay.
So good.
Our website is lasvegaspride.org. O-R-G.
And you can find us anywhere as Las Vegas Pride Podcast.
Yes. Las Vegas Pride Podcast is on YouTube. It's on Apple Podcasts, and it's on Spotify. So wherever you listen, give us a listen, give us a like, give us a follow. We would really appreciate it. It helps us get all this messaging out to everyone in the community, and we can't wait to see you there.
Of course. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you guys. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.